What's up, everybody? Welcome to Shooting the Shit
You forgot the name.
with me and Bri.
Me and you know, us together. It's just
Look, listen, y'all. Quick plug. I got Bri on my shirt here.
that is just a beautiful face you got there, Nessa. Look at
You too
that.
could have Bri on your shirt, or in a sticker.
You're
I
like my
haven't
ultimate fan.
I haven't put it on my Yeti yet, but I need to see your face every day. Anyways,
Aww.
tell the people where they can buy this sweet ass merch.
Well, you know, Bree's a little behind. It's at let'schatpodcast.net. I'm gonna put our merch link on there. I just haven't done it yet because I'm a fucking slacker.
Well, you're doing your best.
But you know, it's on Twitter. You can go to Twitter and go to Let's Chat Podcast, and that'll share the link. Go buy stuff, and it'll be great. And also, thank you for asking. This is the Blame Your Brother shirt. It's the new one. You know, go buy their merch too. It's BYB Pod on Twitter, and I love those guys. Ah,
Hey,
Glenda! Hey,
Glinda.
Glenda, you got my shirt. Look at my shirt, Glenda.
Look at my shirt, Glinda. It's Bree's
Oh my god.
face.
Man, Bree space. Bree space. I
It's
should be like,
basically a dress. I recommend getting a
what?
big size.
I got a big size in this too because I was like, I like things when they're big. That's what she said, and it's just comfortable.
Yeah, but this
We
is
just go
like,
comfort.
I think this is a 3XL.
Well, you want to make sure that people see my face from far away.
True, and I wanted it to take up most of my body.
Yes, I think that blue is a very nice color on you as well.
Thank you. Lucas picked this color. I had a
Ooh.
great many choices, but I picked the blue. Well, he picked the blue.
Well, yeah, I think it's good because I chose black for both this shirt and Dumbfound Dead podcast. These really funny guys that Patrick and John that run the Dumbfound Dead pod. I have their shirt too and it's black. So maybe I need a t-shirt with my face on it in blue.
You didn't get your own?
I didn't. Can you wear your face? Like, am I conceited if I do that? Like, people don't know. Am I?
No, put your face on your body.
It should say, like, I am awesome. Like, on the bottom of it. Or, like, my name, too.
Or like handwrite it on the back.
Ooh, I can autograph. Girl, you send that to me. I'll autograph it to you. And I'll just, like, I'll send it
You can do
back.
it on Christmas.
On Christmas. You got it. I'm going to make sure you wear it. And I'll just...
Okay.
I'll sign it. I'll like turn around. Let me sign your butt.
That sounds good.
Oh
Promise.
Right on our matching tattoos. You got it.
Yes.
So how's your week? You've been really busy. I haven't heard from you, and I hope it's all good.
Yeah. Life's been wild. I had we opened the new salon a couple weeks ago, and it's just been like, I feel like I've just been going ever since. The dishes in my sink will be proof, because they piling up because your girl ain't had time to do them.
Well, it's just that last time, remember you're moving out that house to another apartment and you're like freaking out with those dishes. So I was like, sure, girl. And there was just mold everywhere. And I just
I do remember that.
wanted to clean your life.
That was really bad. I was in a dark place.
Yeah. But, you know, you came out of that and you're freaking beautiful.
Yeah, nothing's moldy. Nothing's been there for days.
Oh, thank God. Okay, yeah, no. Good.
There's no
Girl,
mold.
I'll sign your shirt. I'll sign your stickers too. You just
She'll
send
sign
them.
anything you want.
I'll sign your face if you want. I'll probably not your face because it's already too beautiful. I don't want to mess it up. Well, I mean, I would enhance it with an autograph or anything, but I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
I don't know.
I feel like my sister is blowing up my phone.
And how old is your sister?
She's 10.
Almost like a teenager.
Like I know. Well, here's an interesting thing. Without getting into politics, I'll just tell you that my sister and my 10-year-old sister and I are having a political debate.
Is it a debate if someone tells you that you're wrong and doesn't have any, like details or opinions about it?
Yeah.
Or is it ignorance?
Well, okay, that's fair. I think we're having a discussion. She's yelling at me, and I am.
Yeah. It's not really a discussion if it's one-sided.
No. Yeah, so uh she's sending me messages that are just hilarious. Maybe I'll post to my Twitter account later screenshots, but
And like when she gets married, be like, remember when you you were crazy?
this is like last week we had like a tiny bit of backstory. My family is like pretty religious. They're like traditionally Christian. So abortion is like non-negotiable. The big ones are like that's it, end all be all. Evolution, etc. So a week ago my sister and I had a full-on screaming fight about dinosaurs and how they did not go extinct because of a meteor, and
How
how
did they
the
get it?
Earth is only, I forget how old she said, but it was like comically low, like even for like the history that we know. She said it was like 4,000 years old or something.
So are like dinosaurs a hoax when they get down
No,
to Earth?
she says they went on the ark.
Dinosaurs went on the
So
Ark.
I had questions about that,
Yeah.
you know. So I was like, okay, well, how did Noah keep the T-Rex from eating all the chickens and all the farm animals or whatever? Well, he built him a cage. Okay. Well, how did he have the resources to build a cage strong enough to hold a T-Rex?
Yeah. And there's complete instructions on how to build the ark. Like someone could probably build it today if they knew the correct
I think people
measurements.
have tried.
Yeah,
I mean, I
right?
have questions about the
There's
ark in
crazy.
general.
You
I'm
know,
a
I
very
have
not
questions about
religious person,
cavemen.
so
If Adam and
yeah.
Eve were the first people, then like what about cavemen? Are they just not real Neanderthals? I don't know, you know.
Well,
I have
that if
questions.
you believe in Neanderthals, you have to believe in evolution, right? Because they are not
Hmm.
like fully human. They're not. I don't know. I don't know if they're like considered Homo
Yeah.
sapiens or not, but they're not what we are now. You know.
Well, I
So you
mean,
have
it's
to
what we're
believe in a
going
certain
to.
amount of evolution if you believe in that. So then, like, do you not believe in cavemen? Do you not believe in?
Yeah. It's
I don't know.
confusing. It's like, I mean, it's not in the
It's a lot to keep
Bible.
up with, man. It's a lot to keep up with.
It's confusing. And if you ask questions, sometimes your priest or pastor just doesn't respond very well and they tell you that you're going to hell and that just doesn't help the situation.
Well, that's true, and that's the kind of response I'm getting from my 10-year-old sister. But that's the kind of response I would expect from my 10-year-old sister,
Hmm.
not from a pastor.
She does go through to a Christian school,
She
so
does. She does. And
but that's what my
okay, but
pastor told me.
this last text I just got says this is actually like borderline like a kind of sad. Says that Biden hates Christians and eventually he will start putting Christians in jail. I kind of wonder if my dad hasn't taken the phone at this point and is like pretending to be my sister, because some of what she's saying is like a little advanced for her little 10-year-old body. But
He's probably having a conversation with her right now and she's just yelling at him
no,
saying,
he's probably baiting me. He probably thinks this is hilarious.
"Oh,
Anyways, I won't get
wow."
into it, but it's been an interesting afternoon.
And people think it's going to end right after we vote tomorrow, but that's
Oh
just going to
no.
be the beginning. That's not even.
Well, no, yeah. There's been, first of all, let's plug.
Yes.
Everybody needs to go vote. If you haven't voted yet, vote. If you don't vote, I don't want to hear you bitching. I don't care what side you're on. No bitching if you don't vote.
Just vote.
So
Please
vote.
vote. I don't care who you vote for, but exercise your
I mean,
right.
I do care who you vote for,
I
but
do, but I'm not going to be an
gonna
ass
judge
and tell
you
you.
about it. Yes.
Yes, we can
Obviously.
have a conversation about
Yeah.
it, and that's cool.
Yeah.
And we can agree to disagree. And if you get to be a jerk about it, it's different.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
yes, Linda, I asked my pastor, I was like, hey, I just have questions. And I just wanted an open conversation because I was young. And he said, you shouldn't ask these kind of questions because, that's the devil. And I said, okay, what am I going to do? So later on in life, I just,
Well, so here's my question with that is because I feel like why don't people, not all, because I know there's a lot of like really good people who lead churches, so I
Hmm.
don't want to like blanket statement this, but like, what are people who say those kinds of things afraid of? Like, why don't they want you asking questions?
Yeah.
Are they afraid you're gonna find a hole?
That they can't explain with the Bible.
You know, like, I feel like curiosity is a good thing.
Yeah, but it's also like taking things at face value. Like that's why you have to have faith. Faith is important. And you know what? Faith is really important. And if you pray and you say, "Hey, God, help me with this," I'm gonna tell you a story. I was in Romania doing mission work for 2 weeks, and we were building a chapel for people that didn't have a place to worship. And we were building the roof part, and we had all these huge boards, and we had to like paint them with varnish and stuff. And it got to a point where the board after board was just like messed up and we couldn't use them. It was just wasting a lot of time, energy, and money. And so the leader lady that I was partnered with, she said, "Let's pray about it. Let's just pray that all the rest of these boards are going to be perfect and wonderful and usable." And so we sat there, we prayed, and don't you know it, all the boards after that were perfect and usable. And we were like, I asked, or someone else asked, was like, "Well, what if it's not?" And she said, "No, don't you think about that. You think about have faith in what you prayed for." And I said, "Okay." And it's, that's that faith and that trust. But there are things like cavemen and dinosaurs that just don't understand. And I'm trying to explain some stuff to my 6-year-old. And we have a Bible and we have a story Bible and we're reading through it. And I just have questions and he has questions. And like, I don't know.
I feel like whenever I'm in a religious debate, I am made of questions. Like,
Right? It's not really a debate. It's like I'm trying to understand. Right?
yeah, I'm trying to understand. I also, on the faith subject, feel like that is used a lot as a cop out a little bit. Like, oh, I don't know, just have faith.
Not
Just
being able
don't,
to
like, that's
explain.
kind of like where that curiosity gets
Yeah.
crushed a little bit. Is like, well, you don't need to know because you need to have faith instead.
Yeah.
And like, maybe that's true. Maybe I don't need to know, but that doesn't mean that my curious nature is a negative thing.
No, it's absolutely not negative.
Doesn't
Like
mean that Satan is influencing me.
some people would disagree with that statement. However, we're
Yes, they
highly,
would.
yeah. I mean,
Anyways, how was your
curiosity
week?
is good. We can just go on if you want. It's just crazy.
I don't know. I
It,
didn't know if you wanted to keep talking politics and religion.
two things that we said. We
The
were
two
just
things
not.
you said you didn't want to talk about. I am very much willing to talk about these two things.
It's just,
They're
people are entitled
polarizing.
to their opinions,
Yeah, no,
and
I absolutely agree.
if you care for somebody, like one of my favorite quotes is, um, "Go out and spread the love of Christ, but
Mhm.
when necessary, use words." Like
Yeah,
it's leading by example, and that's in the Bible.
that
And
was
that's
Saint Francis of Assisi.
yes, it was. And that's what I appreciate. So,
Yeah.
oh, look at that! The Book of Job talks about time. Thank you,
Really?
Glenda.
Will you send me a message about where, because I'm really interested in that.
We just want to know.
Yeah.
We're not downplaying it or like we're just legitimately curious.
Like, I really just want to know.
How do you explain it to a 6-year-old? Like, also, what about
Or a
cavemen?
10-year-old.
Or a 34-year-old?
Or a 35-year-old.
Oh my god. And cavemen, where the hell did they come in if Adam and Eve are the first ones? Like, I don't know. Okay.
True. That's true.
Thank you. Um,
Maybe they were cavemen.
no, Adam and Eve were made in God's perfect image, and first Adam was made, and then he was
But
lonely.
we know that God is not human. So that right there does not, that means that it's not a physical image.
Yeah.
So why couldn't they be?
Neanderthals
Yeah.
that use sticks to beat things.
Yeah.
Well, Adam had the important job of naming all the animals. So if he was a Neanderthal and didn't know anything, then how in the world could he name a giraffe, an elephant?
Sweetie, for all you know, he could have just named them like grunts. They could have all just been like series of grunts. A tiger could have been like, You don't know.
You're right. I don't know.
It's
That's
not like
true.
he spoke English.
That we know of.
It's
Like
not
they
like
all.
he actually came up with the word tiger.
Well, he was. No, but not what we know it as today, I guess. Passed down through all the generations.
See, it's all very confusing.
Yeah, I just want to know. And that's, it's good that you want to know and that you're curious,
Yeah.
It's learning something new, and that's important.
Are you okay not knowing until you die and reach a potential afterlife?
Potential after. I feel like
I don't
everyone
know. I
has
feel
their
like I'm
own
just very
heaven.
agnostic, but I'm trying to be respectful of everyone's
So, yeah.
beliefs. So
I think everyone has their own version of heaven, and you get to see your loved one and stuff, but it's also about your relationship with God, because that's the only thing that matters is God, because God is love, and through love there's, family, friends, and all the other people that make you happy.
here's a question. Do you believe that there's like one true God, or do you believe that there's like the universe, a spirit, like Buddha, like all these things are the same entity?
Like divine
Or do you
beings.
believe it's like Hebrew God? And that everybody worships a different God?
Well, in the Bible, God isn't like idols or building like tall towers to like help yourself and put yourself up.
Uh-huh.
And I think that there is one true God, like one to rule them all. But there's also different aspects of it as it teaches. Like there's this Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And who's to say that the Holy Spirit isn't the one that tells you, hey, don't cross the road right now because you're gonna get hit by a car and die.
Witchcraft.
If you believe that, it's open for interpretation a little bit. And I think that when we die, some of our answers, some of our questions might be answered, and then some of them might not be, because they just don't matter. The only thing that matters is that you're just in your happy place now.
Yeah.
You're seeing loved ones you haven't seen in a long time.
I'm really interested in this. I feel like when we're done, we should put up a Twitter post about this and just see what people feel like happens in the afterlife. Do you believe in a traditional heaven? Do you believe in something else? Like I kind of want to know.
Yeah, there's like extremes like people go to. I
Well,
mean,
because
that's okay.
is it Catholics that believe in reincarnation?
That's Buddhist. Catholics used to believe in a purgatory, but then that was taken out because it wasn't actually in the Bible. So
Do Catholics really not believe in reincarnation?
no, right? No,
I
not
don't
that I
know.
know of. I
I don't know.
wasn't.
I'm gonna
I
Google
grew
it.
up Catholic. Oh,
Did you?
like
Oh, then you would know.
yeah, I grew
Oh,
up
thank you,
Catholic.
Glenda.
Verse 15. Let's write that
Wait,
down.
write it down. I'm gonna show take a picture because my phone's right here.
You're so beautiful.
Thank you. Yuda.
I mean, the interpretation of dinosaurs, like there's dinosaurs and then there's like beasts that walk the earth. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember though, back in the CCC days, there was a youth group leader there that was like really well educated in the like science of the creation theory. What do they call that? If evolution is a theory, I'm gonna call creation a theory too. So no shade or disrespect by me saying that. I'm just trying to make it easy for myself. And he was talking about how evolution was explained in the Bible because the air quality was different. Things grew bigger and lived longer, which I thought was a really interesting take on that. I don't know if anybody else has heard that, but he was talking about how that kind of explains dinosaurs and how like dinosaurs are still alive. They're just lizards now.
Alligators.
Whatever.
And sharks,
yeah. So that was really interesting. I don't know if anybody else has heard anything about that, but and same with like plants. He's like, this is why humans lived, Methuselah was like freaking hundreds of years old.
Yeah, like Sarah and her husband and
Yeah.
Jacob and Abraham, they lived a really long time.
Yeah, and could like have children and when they were like
And they're like 80.
90 years old or something.
Ah,
Does that sound awful?
must have been the fruit. Like, good old fruit with that anti-pesticides and stuff.
This is not the topic I thought we were going to have today.
It's okay. That's
I
why we
blame my
just took the tip.
sister. Sorry.
Blame the 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh my
Just
god.
blame everything on her. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Anyways, how was your week? Let's move on.
The week. What is Monday? You mean like last week?
Last week, yeah.
God damn it. I don't remember last week. It was just
Okay, well, there was Halloween.
Oh yeah. We went trick-or-treating and we got like double candy because my 1-year-old she dressed up as Belle and she's just so
Because she's
freaking
perfect and
beautiful.
adorable.
Blue eyes, blonde hair, curly. It's like, are you my child? Who are you? But she's obviously my child because she jumps off stuff and she's fearless and she's just so
You
crazy.
have light eyes.
Green, blue, yeah.
So what do you mean is she your child?
She's blonde. And she's just
For now. But Bobby's
porcelain
blonde. Or was
skin.
blonde.
Was he though? No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he
He
was.
had dark hair.
Dark blonde hair.
Robert did not have
Bitch,
blonde
I
hair.
am a hairstylist.
I'm sorry. Does that mean that you saw him when he was a baby?
Yes, that's what that means.
Whatever. Anyway, no, he was not a blonde. And you're wrong.
Okay.
So we got a lot of candy trick-or-treating, but we don't eat sweets in our house, and we don't keep cookies or like sugars.
Wait.
I know. We eat ice cream,
Ah,
but that's the only thing that we
which
have in our
is
house.
a sweet.
So we don't have cupcakes or cookies here unless they're like
Yeah, because you have the egg.
macerated.
You have an egg allergy.
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
like sugar just makes you feel like crap. So
Yes.
we
That's
don't
why
eat candy
it's
here, so we have all this candy. It's like, what the hell are we gonna do with this? Like, yeah, you can have one or two. Oh my god, you just randomly have candy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So I might like quietly give away some of his candy.
I'm pretty sure all parents do that. Or they just eat it themselves.
Or they eat it. Yeah. I just don't want to sit there and eat candy. I'm past those days. Like, I don't want to sit there and eat candy.
I love to sit there and eat candy. It's like the best day ever.
You can do anything. Perfect. Yeah. So Landon, my son, 6-year-old, we had parent-teacher conferences today.
Oh.
And I was so nervous. I said hello, and I just started crying. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm crying. I've just been really stressed out, and then everything's changing. And my poor son, like, he's been having like an attitude a little bit because of the change. We're trying to explain it to him, and I just threw
This
words
is
on her.
all like on Zoom or something?
Yes. I just like tears. I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, and I feel like it's affecting his school, and we're trying as hard as we can. Like, I'm trying to get my 1-year-old to not run in there and distract him. And she said, Bri, your son is doing great. And he is
Aw.
excelling in everything. And usually first graders, we only ask them to count to 115, and your son can count to 200. And he can count backwards from 100 and like 30. And I was like, he's really good at math. And he doesn't need reading help anymore. Like,
Did that make you feel better?
yeah, I was so proud of him. I'm
Yeah.
just tickled, and he's doing just so well with virtual
Oh,
school.
you're such a grandma. You just said you're tickled.
I'm so tickled.
Is there a plan for going back into school yet?
Well, yeah, classes start November 9th in school if you chose to do the hybrid, but since Landon was doing so well virtually, we're going to keep him virtual with the same teacher.
Are you doing well with Landon virtual?
Oh yeah. At first I was like
Okay.
super nervous, like, oh my God, I'm gonna be home with my kid, and like I just gotta watch him
Yeah.
all the time. But he goes in there at 8:30 to 9. He has like specials like PE art or whatever, and then at
Oh my
11:30
god,
he
when
goes
he's doing
back.
his little PE class, it's the cutest thing.
Just jumps, and Audra's like, "What you doing?" And she like goes and bounces with him and like exercises.
Yeah,
But
it's precious.
it's cute. And he just takes control. And he's like, "Mom, I got a 10-minute break." And he's like, "Is my break over? Let me go." And he like runs back. So I don't have to worry about him at all, which is nice. And then
Yeah.
after school every day, we go for like 1 or 2 mile walk by the path close to us.
Uh-huh.
And so it's like extra exercise and just getting out and talking about what we learned and stuff. And
So you found like a good routine.
yes, and we're gonna stick with that routine because
Yeah.
Robert is down to 3 days a week with a 50% pay cut, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to work more. Like I got another website to design and working with like online marketing with people and websites. So I'm working more, Robert's working less, and like things are changing. And it's just so hard for kids. It's even like the little change, kids are so receptive to that. Like that's why he was showing out, or he gets really upset really fast, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, "Honey, it's okay, like, let's try to figure it out," and we talk through our feelings, and, like, "You know what? You can be mad, you're allowed to be mad, but you be mad, and then you be done with it, and you figure it out, and you're gonna work through it, and we're gonna help you."
You're gonna go in the back and you're gonna fix yourself.
Exactly, you're gonna do what Nessa tells you to do. Mm.
So since you opted out of November the 9th, when is the next round of going back to school? Do you know?
I have no idea. No, this was decided, like
Presumably in the new year sometime.
they say that, but virtual school is gonna be far into, like, February, March. They just haven't
So
super
it will be
announced
a
it.
full year since he was in a classroom before he goes back to a classroom.
Yeah,
And that's
sad.
assuming things don't get worse, which they
Like in England, where
are
England shut
doing.
down? Yep,
Well,
that's
all
the
the
hope.
numbers, I think the numbers through the whole country are going back up. One of
Mhm.
my coworkers works half the week in El Paso, and they just shut El Paso back down.
Wow. Yeah, just wear a damn mask.
But then here, where I live, everyone's acting like COVID is not a thing anymore. We've got the like fucking beer trolleys. People are like rolling around the street on the beer trolleys, like
Oh my
sandwiched in.
god, and
Yeah,
that's why you guys
it's
are gonna be shut down
wild.
next.
It is wild.
Yeah, and, we were scared about sending our six-year-old back because of COVID and kids that just don't wear masks, um, and adults and whatever, but we're mostly so proud with him doing so well virtually and excelling. Like the child can read now and the child can write sentences, and he's 6 years old.
Yeah,
So we're ridiculously impressed with his progress over
yeah,
just a couple of months because he was virtual school started like March of last year. Um, so we're just doing that and we're encouraging it. And she said, you guys are doing such a great job with him in school and out of school. Like he's doing so well. I was like, are you
yeah.
sure?
Well, and if it's working, like, why risk
Exactly. Because
anyone
last
getting
year
sick?
he had trouble with another kid in school who
Oh my
just
god,
kept
I was gonna
picking
beat
on
that
him.
child.
He got kicked in the face by a
If
boy.
ever I was gonna hit a child,
Yeah.
it would have been that child.
I was so mad. I was like, "Mommy's gonna take care of this." And I used my mommy voice and I walked down there and I talked to the principal, the vice principal, the teacher, and the substitute teacher. And I was like, "We're gonna have a discussion and you're gonna listen to me and this will not
Yeah.
happen again."
Uh,
I dealt with that. Yeah.
yeah,
But
you
also
did.
like during breaks during school, like virtual school, the kids like show their toys and like talk to each other. And so like there's a little bit of that. And also there's another kid that quarantines and wears masks. And he comes over. Lana goes to his house on Thursdays and he comes over on Friday. So he still has that interaction with kids. So that's really
Yeah, that's
important
important.
because kids forget how to share and how to be nice. And
Well, we all do.
yeah, yeah. Going out in public and seeing a person, it's like,
We all forget how to do things
yes, you gotta
socially,
like
especially.
relearn how to, open a door for someone, hold a door open and like be nice, be a good human.
Yeah,
Freaking COVID. Yeah. So,
yeah, for sure.
yeah, but it's good.
Yeah, well, good. I'm proud of him.
I'm so proud of him.
Proud of
Yeah,
you, Bri.
thank you.
Crushed it.
Parenting is hard.
Crushing
And then
mom life.
our 1-year-old likes to jump on this tall coffee table and jump like into her brother's arm because he was just happening to stand there one time. And thank God he caught her and she climbs the top of that couch and she jumps off of it.
She's brave.
It's freaking scary. Oh
Yeah,
my
I bet.
gosh, it's terrifying. She jumps off anything and she climbs everything and she climbed up on his desk one day and I was like, "What the hell are you doing? How are you going to get down?" So she's
How
fearless.
does she get up there?
She uses her strong arms and her feet and she just
She just like
maneuvers her
fucking
body.
hulks herself up?
Yeah, she's a
Wow.
very strong, apparently she's 20 months year old. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's very close to 2 years.
I yeah, I show your face. So when I first had Audra,
It's
I
true.
tore a tendon. Well, giving birth naturally to a 9-pound baby, a nurse pulled my hip and tore a tendon in my hip, and no one knew what was wrong. They were just like, "Oh, you're fine. You're pain." Sent me home, which is horrible. And then eventually, I had to do physical therapy, and I had to get an arthrogram, which is like two giant needles that go directly into your hip joint. That is more painful than childbirth. And then I had to have ultrasounds and MRIs and a cortisone shot into my hip joint. It's all incredibly.
No! Bree's computer is routinely crashing. So she will be back momentarily. In the meantime, I will take this opportunity to once again plug my Bripo t-shirt, my Bripo sticker, links to which are in our Twitter. And I think those are Let's Chat. She works with so many podcasts now that I just don't even know. I think it's Let's Chat though. And she will be right back. Anyways, yeah. So I really want to know what.
Oh my
Oh,
god, my computer crashed again. I'm telling you, my husband bought the same computer.
it's
Oh,
okay. I explained it.
thank you. So anyway, I had all these bills piling up because the nurse tore my hip while giving birth.
Can
And
you even imagine? I mean, you can imagine because it happened to you, but
giving
I
birth
can't imagine.
to a 9-pound baby while tearing a tendon in your hip at the same time is the most pain I've ever had in my life. But the bills started piling up because I had to go to the doctor. I had to go get an MRI, which are pretty expensive, and then I had to get like an arthrogram, which is like $800. And so like I had over $2,000 in medical bills. And so I called Dr. Jefferson and I said, I'm not really satisfied with the care that I was given. And so they offered to pay some bills after I called multiple times saying, you know what, you guys screwed up. And I went and walked in and I came out limping and I had to use a cane and I still have to use a cane if I walk any kind of distance.
Yeah.
And so I sent them bills and then today the lady called and she was like, "Well, this is gonna be the last bill we pay." I was like, "Okay, well, I'm still in pain for the rest of my life, but thank you." And no lawyers, no attorneys wanna take on hospitals because hospitals have their own attorneys that are like, heavyweights. And so
Yeah.
no one would help me. So now I get to live for the rest of my life in pain with my hip, which also apparently screwed up my knee. So like it's it's disappointing to hear that.
Give me the name of that nurse.
Yeah, I know. I wish I knew that name. I knew the name of the nurse that was the lead nurse taking pictures of my child being born, but no one was taking care of my leg as they tore a ligament. No, a tendon, which is harder to tear than a
Yeah,
ligament.
she was really bearing down on your leg.
Yeah, it was horrible. And I just have PTSD from that whole incident. So, point is, I went to patient advocacy and luckily they paid most of my bills, which is nice. But still, it's like I should have sued you for everything you got.
Yeah, it's not.
So
Imagine the people though that like have, not that that is not a terrible story because it is,
there's
but
worse.
like people who like get scissors left in them or like
Gauze
dirty,
pads
yeah,
and
and
infections, and you have to lose your intestines. Yeah.
imagine.
No, I'm just so happy I didn't have a C-section because they probably would have effed that up too. So yeah.
Yeah,
And like people don't know that they can call patient advocacy and be like, oh, so I'm not really
yeah, I
happy
had
with
no
the
idea.
care. Yeah, I was just,
You're very resourceful.
yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And if I don't know, I will figure it out and I'll get
Yeah.
it done. That's
Also,
my
if
nature.
you ever need to find someone on the internet,
Yeah.
Detective Brianna Benjamin.
Yes, because my father was a horrible, horrible person, and he threatened to kill me and my mother several times. So I like to keep tabs on him. So every like year, over the other year, I Google him and figure out where he is and stuff. It's crazy, I know, but it's for my safety and
It's not
sanity.
crazy.
So he's crazy.
Does he move around or does he mostly stay put?
He has a new family in Florida. Yeah, he's been staying put in Florida for a while, for a couple years.
Mm. Good, good for him.
He bought her a piano and she's doing so well. And it's just this foreign woman
Why do
that
you
he
know
married.
that?
Because I like to know details in case I have to cut him. I don't know.
I wonder if maybe the details are unnecessary.
Yeah, they are, but they were like right there, and I was like, just spread
Okay.
it.
Okay. I
Yay.
just worry about you.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't get mad anymore. I just don't care. As long as there's no infringing there, we're good.
Good.
Yeah. And
Um,
yeah.
what else? What else you got?
Robert bought this computer and
Yeah,
like
tell us why your computer keeps crashing.
apparently it's a driver that wasn't, I don't know, it's not in properly, and so he uninstalled and reinstalled Windows. And obviously that didn't work because he
I
did
would
that this
argue that
morning.
it's worse now.
And first he thought it was the RAM, so we bought $80 RAM to try to fix it. And it was still doing this. And then we're like, maybe it's a graphic card that's $500. But then the crash thing say it's one thing and then another thing, and it's like, what the fuck is it? So we had no
Yeah.
idea. And I told him if he can't figure out, he's gonna call somebody and he's gonna get it done, or I'm gonna do it. And then if I do it, it's just gonna drive him crazy.
It's just gonna be broken.
It's gonna be something. So when you come for Christmas, just bring Lucas and maybe he'll look at our computer. Does he do?
Yeah, I'm not bringing Lucas.
Okay.
Lucas won't get on an airplane. He won't go anywhere.
Valid. I probably wouldn't either.
And he's not going to see me for 2 weeks after I get back.
Does he have some kind of like breathing condition?
Nope.
Oh, it's just super careful. That's good. That's sweet. My in-laws are coming on Sunday, and they're like, "We want to have Thanksgiving and Christmas with you."
On
Yeah.
Sunday?
Well, they're coming on Sunday and they're leaving on Tuesday.
Wait, but they want to have these things already?
Well, we can't go down for Thanksgiving or Christmas because of Robert's 3-day a week job that doesn't pay anything. Um, so we can't go down for the holidays.
Because he has to work?
Yeah.
No. No. No, 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 no. You don't get to pay me 50% and then tell me I can't take off for holidays. Doesn't work like that.
Well, he's the only one that works in his department that
So,
produces the shows and
sorry.
stuff. They asked him to take 1 or 2 days, 8-hour days, to go in and decorate for Christmas without extra pay. He's like, "Am I gonna get paid extra?" They're like, "Well, no. You're just gonna come in and do decorations." I was like, "The hell you are. I don't
No.
think so. You're gonna spend those days with your family because your children miss you." And this is our system now. This is like what the word they use. This is what we do. This is our structure. They are not
Yeah.
going to mess with that and expect you to work 16 hours without the minimal pay that they're doing right now. So that'll be fun
That's
to
not okay.
see. No, it's not okay. It's not okay at all.
No.
Um, so since we can't go down for the holidays, and plus they just moved,
What are they
and
gonna do? Fire him? They need him. He needs to just go in there and be like, listen, I'm not gonna be here for Thanksgiving.
come here.
Landon! Hey, buddy.
Hi.
How are you?
Great.
You're great. Oh,
Busted.
how is he busted?
Because Daddy said to get ready for bed, and he came out here and gave me a hug.
Oh,
I love him so much.
it's early, isn't it?
It's
it's 9.
9 o'clock here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna have. They're like, we want to cook you Thanksgiving dinner, and then maybe we can decorate for Christmas. And they're gonna do that. And they're like, what can you get them for Christmas? Because, he took a 50% pay cut, and just Christmas is around the corner. And we already told our children that Christmas is going to be decorating and like drinking hot cocoa and having family time.
And hanging out with Auntie Nessa.
Thank you. And they're like, no, 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 we need to get them something for Christmas. I was like, my kids don't need anything for Christmas. They got their family. And like, the grandmas are going to buy them presents. Like, it's
And
not about
Auntie Nessa.
presents. It's about family and being together. Yes, I understand that kids want toys and Santa, blah, blah, blah. But like, at the end of the day, like, we still like each other and we still
Yeah.
love each other. And this quarantine has been really good for our family in several ways. So
Yeah.
we're just not big present people.
I think it's really great. I obviously don't have children, and
Yes, you do.
barring yours and Bobby's death, that will never change. And also, please don't die, because I would miss you a lot. I love when I hear parents talking about how around the holidays they have their kids go through all of their stuff and then donate a bunch of stuff. I think that's really great. That's a really great lesson to be like instilling in your children.
Right. Yeah.
Like sense of compassion, and
it's not all about you, and it's like, what can I get for Christmas? How many presents did I get?
Yeah. And especially knowing that you can't control grandparents and you can't control crazy aunties, and they're gonna get presents.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you really are able to like teach them the give and the receive,
mm-hmm.
I think that's a nice balance.
Yeah, and throughout the year, like, we're part of this Buy Nothing group on Facebook where you just give away things that you don't need anymore, or you ask for things, and like, you don't buy anything, you just exchange stuff. So throughout the year, I'm like, hey, Landon, are there any toys that you don't like or don't want to play with anymore? And there's other kids out there that might want it or appreciate it because they don't have a lot of things. So we do that throughout the year. And I used to volunteer for Toys for Tots every year. And so we're not about the number of presents. We never really have been. So, but sometimes he's a butt. I'm like, Santa's going to bring me this for Christmas. And it's like, is Santa going to bring it? Your attitude? No.
I mean, they're still learning. It's hard to,
they're 6.
Navigate that.
And Audra she's 1, and she's just going to be like, I like this box and wrapper. Can I eat it? Because the child is a goat. She's a goat cat. If there's something on the table, she'll slap it off. And if there's a book, she's going to eat that book.
Goat cat?
Yeah. Goat that eats everything, and she's a cat that just slaps things off the table. I love her. So she's just going to like boxes and wrapping paper.
Yeah.
And whatever her brother has, she will fight to the death for.
Does she win?
Most of the time, because Landon's not a violent person.
Bite? I feel like I could see her biting.
She doesn't bite people, but she bites things. Like, remember the iPad where Landon had it and he was learning? Yeah. And then she took it and she put that iPad in her mouth and bit down and no. mine. And she yells like this. She doesn't speak very much, but
It's like
man.
her version of I licked it, it's mine.
And she bite it and it's hers. Oh my gosh. But sometimes she's mad at him or he has some like I put cheese on the table the other day and I was like, "Here you guys share." And she's like, "Oh hell no." She took his sweater, a shirt he was wearing, and she pulled it and then she pushed him. That that poor child. You
Aww.
want to say night night to Auntie Nessa? You have a visitor.
Good. I didn't get him long enough the first. Oh. Hi, Audra.
Speak of the devil.
Hi.
Hi, Bubba. Here, hold on.
Hi, Audra. Hello, Audra.
Peekaboo.
Hi. Hi.
Do you bite your brother? Yeah.
Hello.
But your brother crashed twice when I was talking to
Hey. What are you doing?
Hey.
Is it your bedtime?
Say peekaboo. Boo.
Peekaboo.
Hey, baby. Boo. Oh, there she is.
Does she have little dinosaurs on her outfit?
Yeah. What does a dinosaur say? Rawr. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Bah. Say 1, 2, 3. Bah. I taught her that. It's not going to be
Well, it
helpful.
doesn't look like you taught her.
Okay, Smarty. She's not doing it right now, but she does it all the other times. Me too. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Bobby.
She says hi. She heard. Here. You babies. That's so cute.
They are so cute.
Except at 2 in the morning when she wakes up and she just wants to play with my fingers. I just want her to go back to bed.
On that note, on the note of your children, you posted an Amazon wish list for them, right?
Yes.
I feel like I saw that somewhere. I'm gonna retweet that because if you want to buy a gift for those darling little children, you can do that.
So
Not you, but everybody else. I mean, you too.
I put that on there, like, hey, put your Amazon wish list and like maybe someone will buy something for you, like not just me, just like other people.
Yeah.
But I felt bad and I started to purchase like items for people that posted that I could. Like one girl in France, she didn't have an income and her cats were needing food and she was
I saw that.
quarantined. I bought that cat some food.
I saw that. I feel like maybe we need to remind you that you also don't really have an income.
Yeah. So I bought these things. There was
So
only like $4. And if $4 can feed a cat, like it's fine.
yeah. No, I think it's great. I love that idea. I meant to pay more attention to it and it just slipped my mind. I've never made an Amazon wish list in my life, so I don't know anything about that. But I think it's a great idea. So
That way you get what you want instead of
maybe
like
over the next couple of months we can be encouraging more people to post that. We can retweet and hopefully help some people get gifts for their families because I think that would be pretty cool.
Quarantine and incomes being cut. Like thank God we
Yeah.
had our we got our tax refund in.
Finally. What the fuck?
Yeah, and that really helped. But what we did was we paid off like almost all of our debt. And so I mean there's still like stuff, but like we paid off bills and like we did that. So we had a little bit of extra. And so that's why I bought like $4 to $10 worth of things for people that posted because I know what it's like.
Yeah.
And
then there's a lot of people on both ends of the spectrum, right? There's a lot of people who have lost their jobs, are struggling to buy food, and there's a lot of people who work from home anyways, who've kept their jobs, their same pay. They have extra money because they can't go out and do anything.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a lot of people who are able to help if they just knew how.
Yeah.
And so I think we can maybe be a vessel for that. in the next couple of months and like kind of help point people in the right direction.
Yeah, and there's awesome organizations out there. Like I know United Way is just phenomenal. Like they have points and like throughout the year they have like places that you can go to get clothes and underwear for your kids and
Yeah.
soaps and lotions. And like even for Christmas, they have like it's not Toys for Tots, it's like a separate organization
Mm-hmm.
that their kids can get Christmas presents. And a lot of like food pantries, they might get like a bad rap, but like I saw so many people go to our local food
Yeah.
pantry that because it's a hard time and it comes in
Yeah.
waves. Like
Yeah.
we're still in that wave. And United
Yep.
Way helped pay for rent for us for 2 months, which is super helpful so that, we can
Live.
buy food and
Yeah.
and pay our electric bill.
Yeah.
So utilizing these resources are just amazing and more people just need to know about them. And they're
Yeah.
out there.
And even
People
if
are
you
wanting to
don't
help.
have money to contribute to these places, a lot of them need your time as well.
Yeah, like volunteering. And if you need their
Especially the food
resources
banks, because
now,
the food banks need people to help restock shelves, to help bag groceries, to bring groceries to people who can't come to
to
them,
their
like
car.
elderly people or just people who can't travel.
Yeah, and
You're
they are
needed.
always needing volunteer and they need more volunteers now than
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
And even if like we need that stuff now, like we need help with the rent and the bills and stuff. But maybe next year we don't and we're making a list of all these awesome organizations that when we're able, we're going to donate and give back to like
Yeah.
tenfold
Mm-hmm.
so that they can continue their awesome work.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, we'll over the next couple of months keep posting resources for you to give your time and your money to, but also for you to utilize if you need.
yeah. And even just like $5 here, $5 there for
Yeah.
these organizations. Like if you don't want to go and volunteer because you're, afraid, which is totally legitimate.
Right.
Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, there's so many great things out there that are
Especially as we
helpful.
get into holiday season, I feel like holiday season is people are always doing more during that season anyways. And then you put COVID on top of that, and I think there's a lot of resources that can be utilized. There are places that give whole Thanksgiving dinners for free. Like,
Yeah. And
so if you
boxes of
need
food
help
every week.
finding any of these things, probably reach out to Bri because she's better at finding things. But
I'll find it for you.
also you can reach out to me. I will help you to the best of my ability.
And then she'll ask Bri, and then we'll.
And then I'll ask Bri. That's so true.
Yeah. Oh
But
my
we'll
gosh.
get through it. It'll be great.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same normal. It's not going to be back to where it used to be, but I mean, if COVID has shown us anything, like there are awesome people out there and
Yeah.
organizations and individuals that are just willing to help others.
Yeah.
They just don't know how sometimes, and
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
okay.
Yep.
But the heart is there, and that's just what matters.
Yeah.
Be a good human. Vote. Wear a mask.
Yes, yes, and yes.
Yeah. Oh my
Be
God.
fucking nice. Literally. The chain of events on somebody being nice to you, it's a ripple effect. It affects your whole day. Everyone you interact with then feels that. And then everyone they interact with then feels that too. Like, it takes minimal effort to be nice.
Smile or open a door for somebody. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't smile through a mask, but like,
Maybe even just be not an asshole. Like, if being nice is too hard, just try. Have you seen oh my god, what is her name? She ends all of her YouTubes or Instagram posts with you have a good day, and if you can't, don't you go messing up anybody else's.
aw.
And I love that. I will post that to my Twitter too when I figure out what her name is. I cannot remember.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, she's the best. She's vegan. She does like vegan little like mini cooking shows on Instagram, and then she does other kinds of content too, but that's how I found her.
That's fun.
But yeah, she's very, very, very funny. She calls her hair Donna.
Is it big hair?
She's like, Donna's got a mind of her own today.
That sounds right.
I love it. She's precious.
We
Anyways,
all got
I'll
it
link to
done.
her too.
It's
I
so
probably
sweet.
should be taking notes because I've just said I was going to link to a lot of things.
You made a lot of promises there.
I did. If I don't link to what you're looking for, just remind me.
I'll harass you. Don't worry.
Yeah. Thank God someone will.
I love
What's
you.
what what's going on with you this week before your in-laws come?
Tomorrow's voting day, so Robert and I are going to take turns voting.
Uh-huh.
Because we don't want to bring the kids, I don't
Uh-huh.
think. And like I have super bad anxiety when it comes to like drive-throughs or like people asking for something quickly. Like I can't go to Chipotle. I just can't. They're like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, I can't do it. I have so much anxiety. So standing in line to do something like voting, I'm gonna try. Like I can't go to the
Can
DMV
I
because
ask
I
you
have
a
so much
question then?
anxiety.
Why do you not early vote? Why do you not absentee vote?
Because it is our right to go on voting day, and I'm going to utilize that right
But
on
you've
that
just
day.
said that that right gives you anxiety, and you
Yeah,
can still get your vote counted if you vote early.
the DMV still gives me anxiety, but I still have to go to have a license.
Well, yes, that's because you can't mail in for a license, but you could mail your ballot in and save yourself the anxiety.
People were going and burning mailboxes at the UPS store.
Okay,
What
they
makes
don't they don't do ballots.
what at the yeah, not the UPS store, but the USPS, like the postal office.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. You could take it to the county office building. They have ballot drop boxes outside of government buildings. There's like a number of
That's
so
just
you just
stressful.
don't trust your systems.
I just That's not true, but no. Like, I don't wanna early vote, like, I have every right to go on voting day, and, like, I've waited
Yeah.
this long, and I'm just gonna exercise that right,
Okay.
and I wanna be a proud voter on that day, and I'm
I
not gonna
think it's
take things from
great.
people.
I think it's great. I think the people that are voting on voting day is awesome because their votes are going to be counted first. The election is not going to be resolved tomorrow.
My god. There's gonna be a recount,
And
there's gonna
that
be
sucks. Well, it's going to be they have like 7 days or something to I think it's like 7 to 10 days to count all the mail-in ballots and all of the in-person voting and all of that shit. So unless it's like fully a landslide, this is gonna go on for quite a
for
while.
a really
So
long
the
time.
people who are voting in person are they're gonna get counted first, which is why
Well,
people are anticipating a higher Trump number on election night because Trump has convinced his supporters that it's not safe to mail in your ballots. So a lot of them are going in person. There's a lot of Democrats going in person too, a lot of in-betweeners, whatever. I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just saying they're anticipating that the Republican numbers will be higher on election day.
yeah, that's scary.
So we just need to be prepared for uh,
The wave.
whatever side you're on. Be ready because shit is not going to be over tomorrow.
No, it's just gonna get started tomorrow. It's gonna drag
Yeah,
on for a long time, and that's stressful.
yeah. But I'm happy that you have a voting plan. That's good.
Yeah.
Also, I want to mention Lyft and Uber are both doing 50% off to polling places tomorrow.
And also, if you have Jaunt, like the local bus that like
Yep,
brings people places, they do it for free. You just have to schedule.
yep. And trolleys, buses, all that stuff. Your polling places are all mostly government owned buildings. Sometimes there's some churches thrown in there. Don't get me started on that one, but I'm just saying separation of church and state. Why are we voting in a church?
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, um,
Or your friend that's going, just go with them or
but yeah,
yeah.
Lyft. They're like literally just Google the Lyft and Uber discount codes for voting for polling places, because they're doing up to like $20, I think. So you can live like pretty far and get your 50% off.
Wow.
And I don't even think that you would, because of districting, I don't think your polling place is very far from where you live anyway. So
Yeah, we can walk to ours. It's really
yeah.
close. Yeah.
But yeah, no excuses.
Just go vote.
Vote.
Just do your right. Go
Let's
vote.
end at that. Vote.
Yeah. Vote and be a good human.
Uncle Sam wants you to vote. Bri wants you to vote.
Blame your brother. Want you to vote. Look at this.
Is this Let's Chat? This is Let's Chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I said when you were gone, so I was hoping I was right. Bri on 2 screens right here. And she wants you to vote.
Yes, I'll do. And you can find us on Twitter at Bri and Nessa Pod, or Vanessa at Vanessa Sue, or me at Bripo with a 0, not an O. And
Yes.
if a topic for us, you just let us know, and we'll just shoot the shit about it.
Yeah, we will.
No judgment. No judgment zone here. No judgment.
Yeah, no judgment zone. Absolutely not. Because judging doesn't accomplish anything.
Oh, just makes you a jerk. And to our super fan, Glenda, we love you.
We
would
do
like
love
you on
you.
again. Just come on again anytime. Just let us know.
Yeah, let's have her on in the weeks before Christmas, and we can talk Christmas movies.
Yeah. Christmas movies.
And the Nightmare Before Christmas, because it's both.
We'll just talk about it later. Yeah, we'll just talk about it. So
All
you're
right.
saying it, Glenda. All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.